back. Gentleman from New York reserves. Gentleman from Ohio is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yield 2 minutes to the gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. Bishop.
Mr. Bishop is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today, the Democrats give new meaning to the term progressive. This is the first time in American history, I believe, that a chamber of the Congress will pass a bill openly defying the Supreme Court's explicit declaration of the constitutional rights of the American people. It represents the farthest ever reach of the Democrats' long-pursued massive resistance doctrine. In markup, I asked if any Democrat disputed that this bill bans guns and magazines in common use. Chairman Nadler candidly responded, quote, "That's the point of the bill." In other words, the essence of the bill is to stop commerce in weapons, as alternatively described by the court in Heller in 2008, as those, quote, "typically possessed by law-abiding citizens for lawful purposes," close quote. Heller explained the origins of the right to keep and bear arms in militia service. Ordinarily, when called for militia service, able-bodied men were expected to appear bearing arms supplied by themselves and of the kind in common use at the time. The Supreme Court further explained, we also recognize another important limitation on the right to keep and bear and carry arms. Miller said, as we have explained, that the sort of weapons protected were those, quote, "in common use at the time." This was explained and recapitulated in Bruin just a month ago on June 23. And we see repeatedly that this is being defied. In fact, 1 week after Bruin, the Supreme Court granted petitions for certiorari, vacated and remanded one state ban on MSRs and a state ban on magazines in common use to be reconsidered.
Gentleman's time has expired.
This is defiance of the Supreme Court, and I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Gentleman from Ohio reserves.